Hey there, welcome back to the table. So, I guess I created a little bit of controversy today on Facebook. I rated this game a 5 out of 10 when a bunch of people were rating it a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. And I guess I should apologize a little bit because, I mean, my rating system, like on BGG, a 5 out of 10 is horrible. I know there's threes on BGG, but a 5 is like horrible. Like most games hover in the 6 to 8 range, right? Um, a 5 for me is literally a 5. It's the halfway point. It's in the middle. This game has a lot of great things. It has a lot of things I'm not so sure about. And the biggest factor for me is, do I sit at work all day saying, "Man, I can't wait till I'm done with work so I can play another round"? I don't have that feeling. Although I have to confess, it's growing. Like, the more I play this, the more I feel that feeling than it was like after I finished the tutorial. After I finished the tutorial, it was like forcing myself to play this. So, I mean, it's, because I am curious. Where is this going? What is next? Um, I think there's a lot about this game that has yet to be revealed. And maybe that's its biggest detractor, is that there's a lot of surprises coming, and I haven't played it long enough to encounter those surprises to appreciate it for what it is. Um, Anyways, I do have like other games that I'm like, man, I want to play those instead, and that's also factoring in like how much do I want to keep this on my table versus play something else. Those factors affect me as well. But this is a solid game with a lot of great things, and you know, it has some issues that like, and so people ask me to expound, and I know I've explained it a lot as we've been playing this, but the biggest one is this overland moving feature. I do appreciate that it's simple, but it doesn't add anything to the game. Drawing these cards just to see if we flip this over or not flip it over, and then we spend stamina or don't. It's not a very fun mechanic. Like, it's an interesting one, but there's not much fun to it. I would rather say, hey, I'm going to go from here, let's go do this mission, and then I just draw a travel card, one travel card, and deal with the event or whatever, and just be done. The fact that I have to, bing, 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 bing all the way through, I'm not as much of a fan. And that takes away from the game, because I feel like I'm spending a lot of recording time doing that too. And yeah, we have to go back and rest and heal. As far as everything else, sorry, I was being contacted. Anyways, I, I don't mean to, because like I feel like every video I'm evaluating this game, and sometimes it's because I'm shuffling cards, like I'm doing here, um, and I'm just saying what's on my mind because I'm thinking about the game and I'm trying to decide, do I like this or not? This game has been the toughest game for me to decide whether I like it or not, and so that's why it gets a 5 for me. It's a, you know what the, like, this is a perfect game to recommend to people who want to ease themselves into what a dungeon romping kind of game would feel like. Like, it almost seems like it's a RPG light. Anyways, that's not to say, because that level 8 monster would have kicked our butt. Um, Without a doubt. And there's so many systems in this game that are pretty cool. The armor system, I've never seen anything like that before, where you put wear marks on, like it absorbs a certain amount of damage, but it has so much wear before it breaks. I mean, it's similar to something I would see in a video game, but to see that in a board game with the putting the orange crystals on, I think it's a cool idea. The way the day cycle works, where you're constantly adding a card and starting back at the beginning, I think those are some cool. I mean, it's funny. You could tell he's an engineer because he's using cue techniques and stuff like that. Um, and those are things that you would use in system design, and I recognize it, I see it, and that's why I think I appreciate it, because it's like he's adding those to, like, there's a lot to appreciate. um, the part, like I said, I don't like the fact that the combat is, they're just for independent people just fighting. They're really not I mean, I know the healer heals other people. The potion guy can help with other, but for the most part, it's just four people attacking, and that bothers me. But the biggest thing that bothers me is, why are we banished again? Why are we exiled? I can't remember. I mean, maybe it told us, but I don't remember. And why do I? So if this government exiled me, why am I trying so hard to get back in? And oh, sorry, I'm being contacted again. Okay, sorry, I'm getting interrupted. So, anyways, let's jump in. It's funny because since people thought that my rating was super low, that I feel like I need to defend the game now. um, because there is it's a this is the most fantastic part, the the fact that the miniatures are painted and stuff. Um, now, in full fairness, I did say I would sell this game if somebody knocked on my door right now and said, "Hey, I'd like to buy your game." I would stop this playthrough and sell it. I would, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It's because I see no replayability with this, and so that's my concern. This takes up a lot of shelf space, and you know, there's only so much. But anyways, let's get going because I I have my Elder Scrolls chip theory game, and it looks phenomenal. Like I really very much want to play that game right now. But I also know that if I pack this up and put this away, I'll never come back. So I am curious enough. I want to keep going. So let's do that. And if I remember correctly, we resolved the ice stuff. There really wasn't, it's not like we took hit point loss or anything like that. There's a few spots where I know we spent some mana because we were, trying to bash the ice. So this is complete. It would be nice if, like, I could do something like, hey, that's cleared. That's cleared. Like, there's just certain things about a game that I don't know. I just wish, I didn't have to remember so much. But here, especially when you have a day or two in between sessions, or if this was with my gaming buddies, we'd only be meeting once a week. So having to remember from week to week, okay, where were we with this or that, that's really challenging. All right, sorry. It's the same thing. I keep getting interrupted by the same person. But yeah, we're going to travel. Let's do the grass. And the grass is, we're going to flip this over, which I will do. No problem. And now we'll go to Fern Valley, and this is the last one. Now, by doing what I did, we can't explore anymore, but I'm okay with that, because we got to go back to Fellsworn Village anyways. I can't remember why. I think it was because, yeah, I took this job here, this tonic and herbs, and it starts at Fellsworn Village. So we're going to take that job, and I'm pretty darn certain I'm going to walk here and find that Southwick Village. And that's what I want to do next. But let's finish exploring this, so that way every piece of the map that's been currently revealed, we've at least seen everything. And this is the one place we haven't seen yet, and it says Long 8. Man, I have a hard time reading. I know I say that over and over again, and I apologize to you guys, but yeah. That's why I want to sell it. I can't read the damn game. That chip theory game looks phenomenal. I've not been excited for a game in a long time. Long time, folks. It looks like Too Many Bones 2.0, and I've never covered Too Many Bones on my series, but I've played the snot out of that game. And I just never covered it because a bunch of other people have. But anyways, Swaying Grass. Small path has been cleared here by the wildlife. You suspect if you keep going, you might encounter whatever it was that made this path. Add Travel 44. Okay, so I did. It just says bent figure, and it's going to reveal an NPC, which is interesting. And it's added to so we're not going to see that for a while, but I'm okay with that. That's pretty cool. And that's another thing. This game's stressful because I might miss that. All right, let's flip this over. And here you could see this is where we come in. That's the name. This is nothing but flavor. I really dislike that. So that gets to the why the rating went down. I just went through all the trouble to get this out, and there's not nothing on here that we interact with. So now I'm putting this away. It was important though to understand we had to add that travel card. That's something I could have easily have missed. So I need to get medium 9. The path comes to an abrupt end. Before you lies a small spring that waters the area. Alright, so we got an event and a point of interest. So we'll do the event first. You know, there's a part of me that, like, I'm trying to think, like, what would I prefer instead of these indexes? I actually would prefer, like, a ring binder, where you just go to a certain page, and this is just a picture in the book, and, you know, it has just, you know, all the stuff is just there. I think I would prefer that over this whole index card thing. Um, the cool thing about the index cards is how, you know, something can update, right? You can have A versus B versus C. So grazing around the waterhole, you notice hoof prints that are far too large for a normal sized boar. So you look around for the owner. Why am I looking around for an owner? Like, what do we have against boars? All right, not far off you hear a deep guttural cry from some mighty beast. The owner of these hoof prints, it can't be far off now. Get travel 15 and shuffle with the top 2 cards of the travel deck and put them back on top. Then banish this card. So basically, yeah, we're doing like a hunting quest. Travel 15 is the wild beast. And then here's the top 2 cards. We're going to mix it in. Yeah, stuff like this, you can't quite pull off if you're doing everything out of a ring binder, you know, type of book. I fully appreciate that. Alright, I got it good and shuffled. I don't have any recollection of which one's which. So all 3 of them, you know, they go on top of the deck like so. And then we'll just be encountering that as we're walking back. Next up is point of interest 19. And that might be a battle, and I'm okay with that. I think we have room for a battle here. Before we go back and rest, we're at 3 experience points. How many do we need? We need 10 to level up now. Ooh-wee. Okay. Standing near a pool. We're going to look at the tracks, the grass, and then the bubbling. Tracks first. Rabbits, birds, and hoofs. But one set larger than the rest. Yeah, it's a common theme. Rustle of the grass is all you can hear. You can see fresh spring water bubbling out of the ground. You notice something shiny. So we can spend 1 to get a Dex 7 check. 1 time only, gain key 19. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So unless I roll a 1, I should pass this. So I'm going to choose both the rogue and the hunter have a Dex of 3. So I'm going to choose the hunter to spend 1 stamina. No, the rogue, because the rogue has 5. And here we go. And like I said, unless I roll a 1, I should be good. That's a 4, but I add 3 to it. That's automatically a 7. I had an RP point that would have added 3 more if I needed to. I think even if I had a 2, I probably could have pulled this off. I would have pulled it off. So um, we do gain an RP point, which is a waste because all of our characters have it. And then I get key 19, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, but this is done. So I'm just going to put it back. Alright, so key 19, one time only. The key system is cool. The way he's using it to, you unlock things. It's empty. You found it freshwater, spring and fern galley around tall grass. Keep this card in the party until you find a card with the exact text, small red glass vial. You see, now I got all this crap. I gotta look for text. that's not fun. Because that's, it's more stress again. And then we're done. So now it's time to head back to here. And this big creature might be a tall order. Alright, so first thing we do is I have to go to Felsworn Village because that's where the quest starts for our job. So as much as I want to go here to rest, I gotta walk across the map. So we're gonna go through the grass, which is gonna help us trigger this beast if we draw it. And we did not, but the grass is nothing. So then I have a chance to go through the grass again. And so, and there she is, wild beast. So, so we do have grass, of course, and you hear the beast tromping through the tall grass. Draw big 90, place party at K, and then draw medium 10. Oh, that's a new one. We've not done something like that before. So let's get this out of the way. And I'm going to pause it so we can get all this stuff out. Okay, so this is big 90. And then we're supposed to be at K, which is here. And then this is the lair of the beast, apparently. You've tracked the beast to its lair. Stepping out of the cave, the lumbering beast eyes you and lets out a mighty bellow. Place this on the right side of big 90, close to the Y point. Then place foe 22 on L and place foe 22 on M. And then there's a foe 24. Alright, so there's a lot going on here. So I gotta scoot this over to the left a bit. We're gonna have to cover up some cards. And so this needs to go, it said near the Y, which means I'm gonna have to bring this closer to the camera. So it looks like it goes like this. That makes sense. Alright, and then, now of course, I don't remember what it said. Foe 22 on L and M, which is there, and then there's a foe 24. Yeah, we got ourselves quite a battle coming up. Alright, so I found foe 24. It is a boss, the blood tusk boar. And then foe 22 we fought already. We fought these guys before. They're the regular boars. So last time we took on 2 regular boars, and they actually damaged us quite a bit because of their charge. Now the map makes things difficult, but just a reminder of, there's basically 6, 7, 8. And remember, the mistake I made last time is they heal themselves when you hit these spots. So you need to hit those spots first. So we got those in place. And then, of course, this is just their commands. And the stampede is very brutal. And I'm going to have to stick it right here below the camera, just because the normal spot is covered by the map. Then the boss itself is a level 3, so we're at least, not out of our league here. And it also has quite a lot of spots. And then you can see there's a few armor ones here. And so does the boars. I got to get the armor one on them too. So let's do that. So all 3 of those up there. We have armor here and here. And then this one has armor there, and there. Okay. The other thing with the boss is he heals 2. So we got to take the ones on the boss out, or otherwise he heals 2. And he also has Stampede, but his primary thing is Gore. And it looks like Gore hits just the spot in front of him. But he does get a +2, or if there's 0, he adds 2 threat. So he's definitely not fun. Now it says that we ignore the event 19 on the Crazed Boar, because as you may recall, we've defeated the Crazed Boars somewhere else. So we've already done that event 19. So we ignore that, but everything else we do, and that means we're going to get an experience point for them, and then there's 2 experience points for these. So we're going to get 3 experience points for this. I'm very pleased with this battle, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but this will be fun. And I actually think this is the best part of the game, the battles. And the fact that everything is painted makes it even better. I love that about it. I did sell my Imperial Salt collection. I had every miniature of every expansion painted in that one. I probably paid way more money than I ever care to admit to have those painted. And because I didn't paint any of them myself. I paid people to do it. And it was awesome. And I even had the system where I painted the red different colors on the bottom, so that way it was really easy to identify which ones were which. It was very nice. Alright, I'm looking for figure 24 while I'm chatting with you. Haven't quite found it yet. Oh, just found it. And there we go. That's the big boy right there. Okay, the only other thing to check, it doesn't say which one's green versus which one's not green, so looks like I could pick whatever I'd like. So I'm going to say, this one down here is the green one. And then the other one, which doesn't have one on it, is the brown one. See, that's how lazy I'm getting. I'm getting more efficient. I'm only putting one of these rings on. So same deal. We're going to go. We don't have the wind guy helping us this time. The only good news is if this one had the Stampede, he's going to burn most of his movement points just getting to us. But that guy is going to get to us in a heartbeat. But yeah, we're going to have our hands full for a while before we even get to that guy. And then there you can see there's even a cave here, little lair. There's probably stuff down inside of there as well. My only gripe is it's taking up a lot of space here. This, of course, is warped, which is, by the way, another negative, which some viewer pointed out, but I never complained about it as much. But see, that's warped. And if I roll my die on it, it's going to cause things to move around. Anyways, you've seen it already. So let's get started. Who's going to go first? Well, you know me. I like to have the rogue go first because I want to lay the traps. That's always been our criteria. And I know that I have my tripod right here is getting in the view. That's not normally the case. I must have bumped the camera somehow. That's a little better. Ah, I see what's going on. 1 second. Okay, I got that fixed. Yeah, so the rogue will go first. And how do I want to order them? I'm okay with the way it is. We'll leave it the way it is. And yeah, so they go first. So let's. They're gonna get 3 threat, which means they're really gonna be attacking us hard the next turn. So the rogue, of course, is gonna do his sneak and go hidden, like so. And then we get 3 movement points, or I could spend 1 stamina for 5. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 3, and we're gonna go. Well, hold on. 1, 2. Well, see, that would be 3. So I could throw a dagger at this guy. Laying the traps is not an issue. I'm trying to decide, do I want to go 5? Because then I'm next to the guy. And being next to the guy can allow me to backstab him this round. No, I'm just going to lay the 2 traps. So I get to lay them 2 spaces away now. So I'm going to put 1 trap there. And then this one I'm going to put here out of anticipation that this guy is going to come through that way. I guess I could put them both on the same pig, but I don't think I want to. Then what do I do with my other action, though? If I do this, remember I'm hidden, so they don't know where I am. So I could move around, and it's not necessarily going to. I do love this trap expert skill. I'm really glad we went for this. It's probably my favorite skill so far out of all the ones. What do we do? Because yeah, if I'm not attacking, then what's the point? Alright, so let's say I did move 5. Because I'm going to change my mind. We're going to move 5. I'm down to 3 stamina now. I'll put 1 trap here. Nope, I'll put it here. Well, they're going to run right through me because they don't know that I'm there. And then that means this one has to move to here. Or, I'm sorry, there. Right, because 2 spaces away. Yeah, I can do that for both, right? I'll just do that for both, like that. How's that? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pickpocket. So I get plus 10 to my roll. It's a Dex 20 check. Oh, I rolled a 2. So the Dex puts me to 5. The 10 puts me to 15. Yeah, I failed. Oh my gosh, did that screw things up? I'm just looking to see what my other options are. A 2 is like the worst thing I rolled. So the cleric has the ability for me to do things, but the cleric has to be next to me. And I'm looking at the elixirs. Like, can I have... What's the range of the elixir? After an adjacent exile rolls. See, none of them are adjacent. So what happened is that the hidden marker goes away. And now they're exposed. And they gain another threat. So now they're up to 4. So I didn't even... So now I'm standing there like a derp-a-derp. Okay. It is what it is. So then we're going to move on to the mage. The boss activates, which is probably good on my part. The boss will spend 3 to move 6 and gore plus 2, but they're not going to hit anybody. But the fact that they're spending 3 is the big thing. And then they're right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's no longer a part of the battle, although it will be when things are said and done. And then we're going to course correct a little bit and give ourselves some breathing room. So I got these cards over here like I normally do, and now we got a little bit more room. Everybody's on the same board. Okay, so good news is the boss spent a bunch of threat and just moved a bunch of spaces. And we knew that, but we got to start taking things down. Now, with the mage, I'm going to spend 1. We're going to do the movement, right? And the mage is going to go 1, 2, and stop here. And remember, the lightning bolt is forever in one direction. So I'm going to hit the boss twice. The first time, I'm going to do it for 2 mana. And then the second time, I'm going to do it for 1 mana because we're going to spend our whatchamacallit to reduce the cost by 1. So the mana is going to drop to 4. This pays for the 2 mana, and this goes away as well. Because that ledger is what, allowed me to do that. So we're going to do lightning twice. And remember, the lightning is just the angle you're coming in, and it hits 2 spaces. So we're coming in this way, and if I look at, where it needs to hit, it's going to hit here for the armor, and then it's going to hit there. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to hit here. Yeah, see, the lightning bolt is not super effective against this guy because of the armor situation. And what I mean by that is this is going to heal. The moment I damage this, this heals. Like I could do here, and I am going to do here and there, and then these 2 heal the moment that I damage that one. But I at least got one of his special spots hit. The other 2 are here. We got to get rid of that armor, but here's 1 and there's 1 as well. But that's it for the mage. His turn's over. So now we got to go to the cleric. And they're going to get 2 more threat. They're back up to 3. The cleric is way back here. So if he moves, he can move 1, 2, 3. That will increase the thing by 1, the combo. And he could spend a stamina. Because remember, we upgraded our stamina. We have a lot of stamina now to go 5. And he's going to do exactly that. So he's going to go down to 3 stamina. And we're going to move 2 more spaces. Because the trick with these boars is you don't want to be in a row so they can just hop all over you. Because they want to charge through as many people as they can with their movement points. This is going to make him go one direction. That makes him go another. This guy is going to be the most damaging to us, but we're far away from this one right now. But this is our focus. Okay, so I have his weapon in front of me because I was tired of reaching across the table. You can see it's this weird, over and then down motion. Or we could just do pummel, which lets him hit a precise location. It's just that it takes combo points to do his pummel. So which of the 2 is it going to be? And then he has the option to do form up, which he can make himself in another exile move. That would have cost the same stamina. We just wouldn't have gotten a combo point. Oh no, you gain a combo point anyways. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We'll do form up, and that'll let somebody else move. I'm going to make him move, or her, and she's going to go 1, 2, 3 like this. So I'm going to move her away. And just to remind you, it's this form up skill. It's the same minor action we did. And remember, I paid 1 to move 5 spaces. This would let me move 3, or same or different one, move 3 again, and gain 1. Now, that would mean I'm not back here, though. That would mean I'm there. I could do a pummel pummels hit diagonally. And let me grab that one. So a pummel can hit diagonally. So I'm okay there. And then I have this stratagem, this one here, which says I can pay this cube. It takes a mana to replace it. I gain 1, and exile in 3 heals 1 and shift a creature. Yeah, I don't want to do that one yet. That's a healing one. That one's damaged yet. I'm checking to make sure. Yeah, no one's damaged yet. So, yeah, so I'm going to pummel twice, which consumes both of the combo points. But it's the only way I can hit him from an angle like that. And that lets me hit him exactly in 2 spaces. It's the brown one, and I'm going to just take the 2 armor off. Actually, I'm going to take this armor off, and then we're going to damage this one, which causes him to heal, but remember, we're trying to hit those points first. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, everybody just takes 1 damage. I really thought the pummel skill was awesome, but now that I think about it, 1 damage is not a lot. It's just that he could hit a lot of people for 1 damage each, which, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and his turn's over. So now we are going to get pounded here, because eventually these guys are going to go. Oh, it's a 1! So they're up to 4 threat. And now we got the Hunter. So Hunter, once again, is going to do a move, which gives us 1 combo point. Can move 3 spaces, but we're in a pickle here. Now, right now, these guys are setting up to get trounced by this guy. So if the Hunter were to move, let's say to here, because that's 2 spaces, can't go a third. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. So I would need to use Staggering Shot to add 1 to the range. But the Quivers can also add 1 to the range, because I have a range of 4, so I could shoot from right where I am. I just have to use my Quivers. And I will do exactly that, and I'm going to choose this quiver here, the broadhead, because the pattern on the broadhead is... Oh, never mind. I want to do a top-down shot, which is what my regular bow does. It's a top-down. So if I'm going to use my regular bow, I'm going to do the Staggering Shot then, instead of the quiver. That gives me +1 range, and then I can shift the foe 2 squares if I hit it. It does cost me that combo point, which is fine. And then I'm going to mark the boss. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and do a Staggering Shot. I rolled a 7. Obviously, a 12 would hit, so I have a endurance of 4, so that puts me to 11. So I'm 1 short of hitting it twice. It's a top-down attack. I'm going to go ahead and use the RP, which then adds 3 more to it, so I get to hit it twice from the top down. And that's important because with the brown one, I hit that tail there, so now I hit the 2 spots where he would heal himself, and then of course I hit this spot as well. Alright, so then I get to move it. So I'm going to move it forward 1 space like this, which then allows me to attack it in range, so I no longer have to use a Staggering Shot or anything like that. And I can choose my Quivers if I want to change the pattern of my attack, like make it down up, or hit and then to the right. Or I could keep going top down. I'm okay with top... Well, I'm looking at the critical marks. Excuse me, there's not really a way to hit it and get a critical. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a regular attack. I rolled a 7 again. And I don't have an RP point this time, so that means I'm only going to hit it once in one space. I could have sniped, but snipe takes 3 combo points to do, so that's not happening. I will use my dependable skill, which gives us 2 combo points, just to get it on the board. But yeah, there's no getting around it. I'm only going to hit this guy once. And so where am I going to hit it? I am going to go ahead and hit him in the middle right here. So it's almost dead, but I'm absolutely going to get attacked. I mean, I've been getting so lucky so far. So here we go. It's the boss. Wow. Okay, so the boss is going to spend 3 of those points. They're at 4, so it's going to drop down to 1, and he's going to move 6 spaces and gore plus 2. And remember, a gore is just a straight up attack. It's not a stampede. And he's going after whoever has the most health, which is the cleric. So 1, 2, 3, trigger. 4, 5, trigger the next trap. And then 6, he's literally going to be in the mix there. Now, to gore him, according to the thing, see, his body has to be this way. He's goring what's in front of him. So he can't gore the cleric, because I'm blocking that. So he's going to gore the mage. That's the only one he can get to. You could argue, I guess he would have gone after the rogue. Which one has the most health? 4, and the rogue does have 5. Oh, let's see. What did you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could have gone 6 like that. Yeah, so he's going to gore the rogue. But he still triggers both traps, because he had to go up and then over. So both traps are triggered, and that's a charisma roll for the rogue. The rogue has a charisma of 4. And remember, the trap, it goes up and then it goes diagonal to the left and then diagonal to the right if it gets over 20. So that's what we're going to do, and this is the boss, and we're at a 14. I get to add 4, which makes it 18. And I'm going to add well, let's just go with 18 for now and look at the boss situation. So it's going to come up from the bottom, and I'm going to hit that armor, and then it's going to go to the top left and hit that. And then this one is the next one I got to get rid of. So I'm not going to do the top right one yet, because it would just heal anyways. Although, and then I put the wrong thing on it. I don't know how I'm going to hit that with the trap. The next trap is just going to put damage on the guy, and that's it. So now another trap is going off. And it's a 9. Right? So 4 is 13, so it's going to go up and then to the left. And if you look at our situation here, we're in a lot of trouble. And so what I can do is I can go up here and then to the left there, which triggers another hit here. So I did 3 damage. When I eventually knock this one, heal this one, he's going to heal 2 of those 3. But I did overall add 1 damage to him that he's not going to be able to heal. So I think that's a win. And that's all from the traps, right? So now he's going to attack the rogue, and the color of the die is the gray one. So let me do that. And it's right in the middle, the chest. So let me grab an orange cube, or a crystal. So the chest on the rogue only absorbs 1 damage. This thing is a gore plus 2. That's a 5 damage attack. absorbs 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. This thing, he's down to 1 health. And it is his turn, if I remember correctly. So he's down to 1 health. Whew. Okay, so how do we start this? It is our turn. And I think, like, in order to lay the traps, I have to be... I think I can retrieve the traps, no problem. I think I have to be hidden to lay them. Let me look at the trap card. I do like these cards explaining the rules. Oh, look at that. There's another trap token there. I wonder how I get that one unlocked. To an enemy adjacent square. So you spend 1 stamina in combat. When in range, put it back in your armed. So you can only lay the trap while you're hidden, though. So that's the thing. I can pick them up for 1 stamina. So I'll spend 1 stamina right now. And remember, I have a range of 2. Oh, never mind. I'm not in range for this one back here. So here's what I could do. I could go into hiding and then backstab this guy. Which will pierce the armor and go right for his bad spot. I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to go into hiding, and I'm not going to move, and then I'm going to just immediately backstab him. So this is going to add 20 to my roll, and that's a 15, so I'm going to do 3 hits, and these are all straight from the top. And it's armor piercing. So this one is going to get destroyed, but the moment I cover that, he heals 2. And I'm going to choose these 2, because then I keep going and I do 2 more hits. So they all pretty much just stay on like that. So that was pretty slick. I'm very proud of myself for that. So and then I got 1 more action still. I got to figure out what to do. I do have a dagger, and I think I need to murder, death, kill. Why not? Why would I not? Oh, the backstab costs a mana. She's down to 1 mana. I mean, I could backstab again. I just don't get a plus 20 to my roll. I'm okay with... Well, the thing with the dagger is it comes in from underneath and then it goes that way. Whereas a backstab will go... I'm going to backstab again. I just won't be hidden. And I got an 18, which is phenomenal because I'm over 20. Now, I had to be over 25 to hit 3 spaces, but I don't need to hit 3 spaces. I just need to hit 2. And I hit this one here and that one there. So the boss is down to 1 health. Turn is over, and my plan to not be clumped together is not working out. I'm going to get trounced here. Oh, the rogue. I spent a minor action to go hidden. I have a health potion. I did not need to do that. I'm okay with the plan, but I am in trouble. I should have healed myself. I'm wondering if I'm going to roll back my last action, like pick back those last 2 hits. My answer is yeah. I'm going to take back these last 2 hits. I know I did the backstab, and I actually was very successful with it, but I need to spend a potion to heal 2. 1, 2. That's a 2 health potion, and it also, because of the Brewmaster skill, she gets 1, 2 stamina as well. and the health was much more important. I don't want her to get KO'd. Alright, but we are going to get KO'd because these things are activating. We cannot keep getting lucky with our card draw here. And there's some all foes ones in here too. Oh, resolve. So I can gain 3 health, 3 stamina, and 3 mana for everybody. I'm going to hold on to that. I like having it in the deck for a rainy day. And yes, it's the mob, like we thought. But the mob only has 1 threat. And the 1 threat gives them 6 movement points and Stampede. But it's not a Stampede plus 1. And as you know, they're going to deal 1 damage to each exile they move through. So we'll start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. That's all he gets to do. Technically, the green one was supposed to go first anyways because of the order on the numbers. But this one's going to tear us apart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Just right through us. So everybody's getting hit. And the dice roll is a yellow. So I rolled the bottom left there. And let me just grab some orange crystals. So bottom left for the ranger is just a hit. For the rogue is a hit. Hit. The only person who has bottom left armor is the cleric, and that doesn't harm the cleric because it's only a 1 damage attack. Alright, turn over. They're out of threat. We have 2 combo points built up. The rogue just went, so that means it's the mage's turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a combo point and move 1, 2, 3, like so. And I think I'm going to lightning bolt again. I just happen to love lightning bolt a lot. The only thing that's coming to mind though is I have this swirling winds that we can unlock. Shift a foe with twin missile twice in 1 turn. And the twin missile requires, so if you're standing in a spot, you go 2 spaces up and you hit the spot to the left and right of that. So if I stopped here, I can go 2 spaces up and hit the spot to the left and right. I could do a twin missile and hit both of these. I would like to finish them off because but it's just because of the way they're positioned, that's the better move. Sure, let's try the twin missile. And I'm going to be able to unlock this swirling winds because I'm going to shift a foe with the twin missile twice in 1 turn. Because what twin missile does is I make 1 basic times attack versus all targets, shift each hit foe up to 2 squares. So that's twice in 1 turn. Same foe or different. And then what this is going to unlock, and we're going to get to execute that, choose a cardinal direction, shift each creature up to 1 square in the chosen direction, then one of those shifted foes takes X damage. It costs another mana, but we at least have the skill for now. The whole shifting thing is not a super exciting skill, but for now we have it. And all of this is to unlock Fireball. Okay, so to cast the Twin Missile, though, costs 2 combo points. It's not a mana spell at all. It's 2 combo points. And then we're going to go ahead and do a like basically you attack with your wand. And what I don't know is, am I supposed to roll for each creature, or I roll once and it hits both? I'm going to do the same for them as I've been having them do to me. I'm going to roll once and hit both. So here we go. I rolled a 6. I add the intellect to it, which makes it a 10. And then I'll spend an RP to make it a 12. Or 13 technically. I just needed to get to 12. So now I'm going to hit it and then hit the spot to the right. So with the first one, I'm going to hit, which takes off the armor. And then I'm going to hit the spot to the right, which is right there. And then with the second one, yeah, this is an interesting one. I'm just gonna hit him in the tail to get one of the soft spots out of the way. No, I'm gonna hit the armor and just get the armor out of the way. Alright, so then I get to shift them. So I'm going to shift this one. This is a wall here. So I'm going to shift it 1. How many spaces do I get to do? 2. 2. And I'm going to shift this one 1, 2. I'm going to just make them both go further away. And then, of course, our skill that triggered is I get to shift each creature 1 square in a cardinal direction, and then one of them takes another damage. So I'm going to shift them this way. This one can't go because there's a wall. So that's the one that's going to have to take the damage. And yeah, I'm going to damage the soft spot right here. My only criticism so far of my battle here, I think I'm going to win. I'm not too worried about that. I'm being horribly inefficient. I have like multiple creatures like close to dead but not dead. And of course that's not the way to do this. But yes, so Mage's turn is over. I'm not a big fan of this twin missile spell. I like the lightning bolt better, to be honest. But I might be replacing that very, very soon. Anyways, it is now the cleric's turn. The boss is activating, and that was my largest concern. We are at 0, so the boss is going to cause this to go up by 2, and is going to do a gore against whoever has the most hit points. But this time, it will be against, because he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, like this, and can hit the cleric. So the gore is the gray die, and it's right in the chest. So let's grab another orange crystal here. And the chest absorbs 2 of the damage, and the gore does 3. So 1 gets through, so the cleric goes down 1 health and is at 6. Plenty of health left. Alright, so now the cleric is up. We're right in front of this guy, so we can pound, pound, pound. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's attack. We're going to attack the boss, and just a reminder, it's a down over down. I rolled a 7, the strength is 4, so it puts us to 11. That would only be a single hit. A single hit is fine, because I just need to do this one right here. Then I'm going to attack again. Got a 10. 4 is 14, that's a double hit. And unfortunately though, that's still just a single spot. So that boss is sitting there with 1 health left. Then I have a minor action. I am going to use the stratagem. So what this does is it gives us a combo point. It refreshes with a mana point. We'll deal with that later. This guy only has 2 right now. And any exile in 3 heals 1, which I'm going to heal the rogue 1. Then we get to shift a creature 2 squares. So I'm going to shift. Is it any creature? Yeah, it's any creature. 2 squares. I'm going to shift the boss 1, 2. Alright, so now we move to the hunter. All foes. We start with the boss. There's 2. It's going to spend 1 to do a stampede with 7 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it hits the gonna hit the cleric and the mage. And on the left side, the cleric, I gotta stand up for this. The cleric absorbs 1 damage. The stampede does 2 damage, so the cleric takes 1. The mage has no armor and takes 2 and is down to 1 health. And we're in trouble. So now we get to the little guys, and they're going to spend 1 threat, and they're going to do a 6 stampede that does 1 armor. So we start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't hit anybody. He can just get to them. And then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got lucky that he couldn't get to the mage. They prioritize whoever's the furthest away, and both of these were tied, and we get to choose. That is the cool thing about this game, is it's very kind that way. But anyways, all 3 of these guys are taking a hit. And, oh, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be the yellow die, which you can see is like the where it counts. And so grabbing some orange cubes here. These are all just for 1 damage. So the ranger blocks it. The rogue blocks it, and then the cleric has the ability for 2 wear points. So this is the last wear point. So all 3 of them blocked it. Armor for the win. Okay, so now we're at the ranger. I have a mark on the boss. So first thing we're going to do is attack the boss. We're 2 spaces away. We're in range. Let's get it done. And I rolled a 15. The boss only needs 1 single hit. It's all done. The boss is defeated. That was way too long. And then we have the same deal with the brown one here, which is this guy. He's got 3 health left. We're going to go after him. So this is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. And I'm just looking at the pattern here. It's a top-down pattern. I'm totally okay with it. I rolled a 9. A 4 is 13. I do my 2 hits. And so I take 2 damage. And this guy's down to 1 single health point, which is right here. And they're both going to stampede again. Well, actually, they're both out. So here's the next card. Boss or X. There is no boss anymore, so the X's, they're going to gain 4 threat. So 4 threat is not good. And then we're going to do the rogue. So this trap, I think, was there. So the rogue is going to go... I was thinking I could drop some traps, because I have a feeling these guys are going to stampede again, and I would like to make them hit traps, which would kill them. But then I'm thinking, just kill them. So I'm going to throw my dagger at one of them. It's the practice kunai. It's just a top-down attack. 2 and 12 hits, range of 3. And so here we go. And it uses dexterity, of course. Other than striking this. So I rolled a 6. Dexterity makes it a 9. And I only need to do 1 hit. That's why I didn't care. I just needed to roll at least a 2. Because this guy only needed 1 hit. And so that crazed boar is dead. So that took a really long time. And now we got another one here. So sure, I'll go into sneak mode. I don't think I'm going to need it long. 1, 2, like so. And then I'm going to murder, death, kill. So I rolled an 18. That becomes a 28. So I armor pierce right down 3 spaces. And I'm actually going to choose here. I know I have armor pierce, but I want to get the soft spot first. So we're going to hit all 3 of those. And yeah, he does get to fight another day. So let's go. It is now the mage's turn. And he does activate. So we're in trouble because the mage is down to 1 health. And it's now the mage's turn. So they're going to activate with 4. So he's going to use 3. He's going to stampede with a +1 damage. And that's going to use 3 of the rage. And he's going to do it with 8 movement points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry. He's not going to do 1. Well, actually, he is going to do 1 because I backstabbed. So this is no longer there. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, like so. That's what he do. So he's hitting everybody for 2 damage. And he's going to hit again where it hurts. So this one has to take 2 damage. This one can absorb. And it absorbs 2 damage. So no damage to the rogue. This one actually never got hit where it hurts. So that absorbed 2 damage. So it keeps the mage up. And that one already has the 2 crystals on it. So 2 damage puts him down to 3 health. Alright, so fair enough. Mage's turn. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a move to here. And I can do a lightning bolt. I think I would just want to use my magic wand. Yeah, I am. We're just going to do a magic wand attack. It's an attack that goes this way. Oh, that was a horrible roll, but it at least hits once. And then I add 4 to it. It's an 8. Yeah, that just hits once. So for the card here, I'm just going to take away the armor. Then we're going to attack again. That's better. 16 and 4 is 20. So it's going to hit twice now, going in this direction. And it doesn't really matter which one I choose. Well, actually, it does matter. I'm going to choose at the top here, this one and this one. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crit in between them, which means I also hit that one. This guy's down to 1 health. And unfortunately, we have to draw a card. It is now the cleric's turn. He's activating again. There's 1. So he's going to stampede. And we're just going right through everybody again. And this time, though, it's only for 1 damage. And again, it's where it hurts. So 1 hurt. 1 hurt. Believe it or not, we can take another one on this. And then 1 hurt. So everybody's down pretty low. But this guy's as good as dead right now. So we're at the cleric. Cleric is going to move, 1, 2, 3, like that. Get us another combo point. I mean, I could just pummel for the combo point. I don't even have to roll a dice if I pummel. It just hits him for 1, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And so he's dead. See, the thing is like, we're level 3. This is a level 3 battle. I was not necessarily sweating it, but I was actually close to being KO'd several times. That's a well-balanced combat. It's good. I just can't stress that enough. I mean, and that's the thing is I want to do more combat in this game and less of the other stuff. Okay, well, I'm very excited. We got a lot done. I am going to put this map away because this is just a generic map. So there's nothing special about this one. This is the Big 90. We've seen it like 4 times now. Especially this one because it's the Big 90 grass one. So put that away. Alright, and then I'm going to get this back out because there's stuff here. If you witness combat, ignore drawing event 19 on foe 22. We talked about that already. So foe 22 is this one. We just won't draw event 19, but we are going to get 1 experience point there and 2 experience points there, so we're going to get 3. So I'm just going to grab these tokens, and we're up to 6 experience, which is fantastic. I mean, we need 10, but that's a nice jump for that battle. And then we get to roll for treasure. So I rolled an 8, which is just 1 money. Nothing I can do to boost that. Okay, so that's done. They're both done. Looks like there might be something else we can loot inside. But as far as these two, I believe the battle's over for foe 22. So I'm just organizing this because I know I got to put all this away. I'll do it off camera or while the camera's paused, but it's still, I mean, that's my gripe so much. Alright, so we did all that. Now we go to Long 9. And Long 9 could be a big map here. It takes us to a lot of other stuff. And I can't afford another combat. It says, Cave of the Boar. Musky scent of wild boar is thick in this small cave. Bones and leftover equipment litter the floor, opposite what appears to be a bedding area. So we get another item, Yippee Skippy, and then point of interest 29. Alright, I'm very happy with that. I hate drawing something just to see that, but I mean, this is at least fun. Okay. I gotta get out point of interest 29. I gotta put this stuff away. I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, point of interest 29. You spy boot prints on the soft sandy floor. Bones of former meals scatter the ground. So I'll just do it in the order. Smell of death permeates the boar's den. Prints are fresh. They lead directly to the pile of bones. Coming closer, you see what is definitely the remains of a human among the bones. A small coin pouch sits here. The drawstring is already opened. A black powder is seeping out. Upon closer inspection, it appears to be a small amount of ash. Searching the bag, you find a ring among the ashes. Remember there was ash on the Akira persons. So we're going to do travel 15 and then banish this card. Oh. Banish travel 15, then 1 time only, gain key 17. Okay, travel 15 is just the wild beast. So this is just added to the banish section, which is fine. And then I gotta grab key 17. One time only. It's a tin ring. Engraved is the name Elic. And we gotta find somebody that says my brother Elic. And my gosh, I would swear I've seen that before. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That's the part where I'm starting to get stressed. Because I know we've talked to people in certain places and then I put those NPCs away. And now I don't want to have to go pull them all out just to look for my brother Elic. But yeah, this is done. There's a coin pouch. How come we're not getting coins? Alright. Point of interest 29 is done. there's something you can do. I know I didn't stress it much, but see this NPC section? I've spoken to NPC 0, so see how this is on the right side? And see how NPC 4 is on the left side? I have not met NPC 4 yet, but I have met NPC 0. So you can pull out anything that you've spoken with before pretty easily just by looking at that. So like if I want to see, hey, is my brother Elik anywhere on here? And there isn't, so then I can, put this back. And then I can go through, NPC 1, 4, and right there is the Snotbose kid. Like, did he have a my brother Elik? See, he talks about his mum, but not a brother. So I'll put that back. Then we had Gray the Warden. So he's telling us about the stuff at the Flying Fish Inn, but there's no, like right here, you'll want to speak to Jeffrin, but no brother Elik. But this is what I'm getting at. Like, I don't remember the conversations with these people. There's Darley the Innkeep, right? So does she have a brother Elik? There's foul play, there's food. There's a ghost. But I think we're safe there. And then if I keep going, we have Briar the Prim. Well, my dad is a guard. There's monsters called Kiros, and then there's Scurvy Pete. But no my brother Elik. And I'm fine with that, because the my brother Elik, I would rather that appear later. And then of course this is a dead man, so we probably don't need to talk with him. And then you can see there's even an NPC 29 here. Oh, we never spoken to NPC 29. We must have spoken to Arydia. We have. And then this was added by us because it's NPC 21C. So I need to put that in and not look at it. And I think that covers, like, you can keep going through, but now we're starting in the NPC numbers of people we haven't met yet. So what I did was I just went through all the NPCs that we've met because of the system of putting them in backwards. It's real easy to identify which ones have I talked to and which ones have I haven't, or have I not. And I'm not spoiling the game because I didn't look at the ones that I haven't met yet, but I was able to look at the ones that I have. And that spares me from having to travel to every location and pull out the map and figure out where these NPCs are. So it's just a trick to try to overcome this problem where I'm looking for my brother Elik, a small red glass vial, any news of Khalees, outcropping of white stones, and Liaku the Dryad. I got like all these things I need to like remember to look for. It's stressful. Alright, so we did that, and now we're going to go put all this away, but before we do, we actually get one more item here. And we're getting to the point where there's nothing left to get. So it's 50-50 now. So 1 to 10 on the left and 11 to 20 on the other. So he's going to get the trousers, which replaces the pants. And I can give these pants to somebody else to carry. So, because his inventory is full. But the only problem with these is it's an armor that does cover 2 spots, but it also means that it's going to get crystals quicker, too, because it's covering 2 spots. And then the bow is the last thing, probably the best item to be gotten. And then we go here, and same deal. So 15 is, so the dagger got upgraded. That's probably good to get an upgraded dagger. This was the old one. And they're all the same. It's just adding a third hit location. Other than that, it's not really adding that much to anything. I do have some money to be made for selling some old stuff here. And then for the mage, same deal. I rolled a 1, which means it's going to get some armor. The mage could use some extra armor. And then, of course, the magic wand is the next upgrade. Also, not a bad item to get eventually. And then for the cleric, and 8 is this one. So we're not getting that yet. And he's getting the cap, which is another armor. So he has a cap already. Everybody does, in fact. So this is where it gets tricky. So we'll go ahead and replace this one. So we have the scarred cap, and we're just going to replace it with the old hood. They're both exact same values, but this one's more of a generic one, so we could just sell it back to the generic shop. And then, yeah, I put this away, and then we're going to walk back home. Let me pause while I do all this. Alright, voila. So here we go. We're going to go across the grass, or the flowers, which is clear. Then we're going to take the road, which is not clear. There's a small crowd, and we have to draw event. Oh, I can't read that again. 203. Holy crap. That is... I'm gonna stop playing this game because of that. 203. Oh, 203 is already out. Where is 203? I don't have 203. Oh, here we go. It's this one. It's the small crowd. Oh, it's the halfling again. Nope, we're not betting. No bet. I have this one set aside already. So yeah, so it says re-index the card. I didn't index it. I have it over here special because I know it'll come up again. But I drew it so I don't have to draw again. So that's fair. And here we are. We're in Fellsworn Village. Okay, when we're in Fellsworn, these are our situations. So it's going to cost us 1 to repair 7. So I'm going to pay 1. I got to refill my potions for 1. So that's 2. And then I'm going to rest for 3. I don't have any knapsacks or anything else, but I am going to replenish all the other stuff. So the potion, yeah. So I'm going to spend $3. It hurts a little bit, but I technically have $20-some here. I don't know how much I'm supposed to have, but I'm being a miser. Alright, so bear with me. I'm just going through, and so marking all the cubes that need to be marked. The moldy ledger, I'm going to keep it on the lightning bolt. And then we come up here, and then of course I take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to just keep a pile there. And I have to pay another gold to use the armor twice, because yeah, so I think we're good there. I had more than 7 crystals that I needed to remove, so that's why I had to pay 2 gold instead of 1. And then, yeah, then we're going to camp, and this is just like before. It's a day 1 thing. So we do that, and then everything goes up. So we're up to 7. That's the 4. This goes back to 5. And then this goes back to 5. Back to 3. 5. And we're good. Alright, so We did all of our resting, we did everything, and now we're going to do this quest. So we're going to start at Fellshorn Village and have an unbroken path of roads to the goal. I do not. So I'm going to have to go explore first before I can start this quest. And then what they want to do is build up a card deck with copies of these cards. So that's our goal. Unfortunately, I don't have a path yet. I'm pretty sure the town is either here or maybe over there. And so we got to get those exploring in. And with the travel thing we just did, I can do exactly that. I'm at an hour and a half. I'm going to do the travel real quick, and then we're going to wrap this up. And then if I find the town, there might be some like interactions we're going to do. But let's at least get this done. So I'm going to go and do the road. And my apologies, I got to shuffle the travel deck. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to do the road, which is good. I'll put that here. And then we're going to do the field. So we got luck of the road. We can refill a marker on a knapsack, or I'm just going to choose to gain the money. And then, of course, it says index the card. So we lose the card again. This was, of course, because we rolled the natural 20. Wish I did it more often. But yeah, I'm taking the money. So that helps pay one of our repairs. Alright, and it wasn't a road. It was, but it doesn't matter what I drew. This is a road. We're good. And then this is a road. So here, I can meet NPC 41. It's a large cart. I always say yes to that. You know that. And that's this NPC here. He still doesn't have anything. Because he needs to be upgraded like letter B, right? So he hasn't been upgraded. But we talked to him, nothing happened. So now we record, we get this. So we have the there it is. Keepwick. That's the town we're looking for, right? Keepwick outskirts. There's a big 6 map, and then it keeps going down. Alright, so we probably have stuff to do there. And then I'm assuming the actual town is there. Which one do we do? I'm going to get out the map, but I don't think we're going to do it. I'm just going to take a peek at it. It is it's called the Farmlands. There's definitely things to do. There are definitely things to do here. We'll do that in the next video. Okay? I'm going to keep exploring. We're going to go one more, and I'm pretty sure that's the town. I'm going to have to pay one. So everybody's losing 1 stamina. And that's done. And then here we go. There it is. Keepwick Town. And you can see there's a big 3 map. A point of interest 5. And we'll start here. And then we'll work our way back. Exploring this as well. And then we just got to do the cart thing as part of our job. We'll probably get more stuff here. There's probably going to be a whole video's worth of stuff coming up here. So I'm excited. We found the town. It was exactly where I thought it would be. But I mean, if you look at where else would you put it? And if you're following, like, there is a road here. I mean, the road doesn't just go willy-nilly. There's no roads over here. This is all deep grassland. I mean, it's just common sense. It had to be here or maybe up there. So, anyways, I feel good about it. We're here. When we come back in the next video, we will... I think... See, I'm wearing a mic. I think I can go back to using my camera for my audio. I might have that fixed. So I'm going to have to do some testing before the next video. And anyways, over and out. Thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.